In the world of men and women and children, there is a point of anger that goes to rage. And when someone is constantly harassed, abused, technologically assaulted, attacked, and physically altered in a way that they did not wish for their life ever in this lifetime, after they have been working to put themselves in the way that God has asked them to, people produce a rage. And that seething rage, that seething anger, that seething aspect of God's house where Jesus overturned the coffers, overturned the tables in the temples out of his rage of what he saw that the Pharisees were doing, is no different in a holy person today. The Pope must rage at what he sees the world doing. He must be upset with what his Catholics have failed to recognize in the Beatitudes. And openly, people have the right to say, I'm angry. And I'm angry because you have violated my rights. I'm angry because you've taken away my opportunities. I'm angry because you've stolen from me my intellectual work that God gifted through me to do for this world, for this work, for this industry, for my career, for my livelihood, for my income, for my own restitution, for my own retirement. But you think that you have rights to me, and you don't. And that creates a rage that never ends. It does create racism. It does create reverse racism only in an entitlement mind. You see, an entitlement-oriented mind says, I have the right to take this from you because I gave you this or because I want to. I wanna. Great. Be like Satan. Be that aggressor. Be that antagonist. Be that interferer of life instead of being a lover of God's house. You see, a lover of God's house knows that God makes many types of people. Because God is God, and because the divine architect, the divine heavenly father, and divine mother are so unique and not unrare, they have the ability to say, I'm not going to make this anymore. That's what the biblical script says, that God knows everything he creates. But we also have the human condition. And the human condition can be impacted by an overflow of a hormone into a stream of system on a child. We also have the aspects of people being addicted to things, like this guy just driving down the road, reading his cell phone while he's driving through a parking lot almost too fast for the regular speed limit of a shopping center, a shopping mall. You see, the life of my life is my life. But when you start to interfere with my life and provide people around the community privacy of nature and privacy of medical rights and privacy of everything about me and my situation, which is private, you failed your own self. You failed your own life. You stole medical information that's never yours. Because at no time are you an intimate partner of mine, meaning emotionally, psychologically, intellectually, spiritually, or anyway, financially. And at no time are you ever a part of my conditions that I have gone to great lengths to go through and figure out how to handle the transitions of life. How dare you think that my late spouse is your friend because you saw her on occasion at family outings, or you met her once or twice in the business community when she wanted to follow with me to see how her husband was handling himself socially. But my wife, who was Japanese, was incredibly intuitive, and she could read people easily, and she told me cautions about certain people that I was a little bit more open to, and she was absolutely right. The beauty of relationships, the beauty of partnerships, the beauty of teamwork is to establish what is right and holy in the world, not as what you think is right and holy. You see, what is right in the world are the laws that govern our land. That international treaty that says you don't have the right to medicate, you don't have the right to abduct, you don't have the right to steal, you don't have the right to militarize, you don't have the right to mob, you don't have the right to stalk a human being. And those federal laws that say these things in these industries we hold to a certain quality and safety standard. In manufacturing, we have QSDM, which is quality, safety, delivery of that vended item, and morale of employees. The morale of your employees does not exist around their playtime games of illegal activity and immoral behavior. The morale of employees are they enjoying their work? Have they learned how to do the job correctly so it's not so cumbersome to them and not so exhausting to them and not so tiring to them? It's not about whether or not they like the consumers that you're selling the product and the vended goods and the billion-dollar relationships and negotiations to.